Yeah, so wait, hold on. So where are we again?
I think we're in Florida, but I don't really...
What do you mean you don't really? You don't know where you're here?
Did you just say ear? You mean ah? You don't know where you are?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Well, yeah, but I got on a train somewhere, and while I was driving, using the map on my phone, which I used to get everywhere, the phone service just decided to break, and so I didn't know where I was going, and I had to stop every so often to find Wi-Fi and to update the map. And it was terrible, and it made me very nervous and stressed and pretty much late.
So you got on the train?
Yes, I got on the train. I don't know. It's like you give them your car, and you walk inside. They give you a piece of paper. You walk inside. They give you another piece of paper, and then you have to sit and wait for about an hour, and then you get to go inside. And then, so I think the train left at 3:30 yesterday, and now it arrived somewhere in Florida at 8:30.
So wait, hold on, I'm doing the producer. Can you do the numbers for me? Do you see how much?
Yes, sorry. I am doing the math here, so here we're going to round it up. We're going to take the numbers. We're going to go, okay, that's 12, 16, I would say 7. We're going to say about 17 hours, I think.
That's a long time. That is, I don't want to say too long, but that's a long time.
And wait, what'd you do? What'd you do on the train? Do you get did you get to sleep at one of the little sleeping things?
No. That was way too expensive. Whatever I did was $150 or something. To get your own little sleeping booth thing was I'm gonna guess $10,000.
Well, now I'm gonna need to look at that contract, because that doesn't make no sense at all. You got $150 to sit in a seat. You're telling me $10,000 to... That don't... Now, Natty, I know you're not very good with money, but that just don't make it even a little bit of sense.
Yeah, so, okay. So you just sat in a chair for 17 hours?
Well, no, yeah, well, kind of, but no. But the chair, the back went back, it reclined, and then, the little thing, your legs came up, and, so in theory, it should have been nice. The only problem, well, there were a couple of problems. I think that I'm going to say 3 inches too tall for whatever is considered to be the norm for tallness, for tallitude, because any place I go, airplanes, and especially this thing, if I had that extra 3 or 4 inches, then my feet wouldn't be... What just happened? Crushed. My feet would not be... I have to bend them, and I'm trying to, find little places to put them, and it's miserable. Everything else is kind of okay. The funny thing is, so there's this other guy there's 2 seats on one side, 2 seats on the other. So I get there, and the seat's open, and I was like, hey! And the guy was like, oh, is this you? And I was like, yeah.
So he said, wait, so he started off aggressive immediately.
Yeah, he didn't want a seat pal, a seat friend, whatever. And so then I had to squeeze in and get into my seat. And the best part was, in that 17 hours, those are the only words he said to me. So for my money, that was great, because I didn't really feel like chatting with him. Especially, so as soon as I got and I sat down in the seat, he was kind of aggravated, and he was like, well, where's the armrest seat? Because he wanted there to be an armrest in between us. So, God forbid there would be just empty space in between us. Who knows? What chicanery could have happened? None. So I was just put my little headphones on and was kind of just said goodbye, tapped out. And then the best cool thing was, at some point I figured out there was a dining car where you could go, and there were booths, and so I got to sit in a booth, and it was much more comfortable. And then I got a cheeseburger, which was in a plastic bag and was microwaved and had no business being as delicious as it was. I was kind of asking about some things on the menu, and the woman behind the counter she's like, I don't know. How's that? I don't know. All right. What about the cheeseburger? I don't know. A lot of people seem to get it. I'm sold. With those magic words, that's all I needed. A lot of people get it. Perfect. And so I sat down, and there was Wi-Fi. So wait, hold on.
Well, Natty, what did you say? Like Wi-Fi? Like that doesn't make any.
Yeah, I heard him too. I was gonna say something else, and then I heard him. Is that because, are you a fancy person now because you're riding on a train that you're saying like, oh, Wi-Fi, like that?
No, it came out weird. I stopped. But now, so I got to use the Wi-Fi, which means I got to work, which everyone knows I love to do all the time. And now I think I sat there working for probably 3 or 4 hours. And around 10:30 or so, this guy who was working on the train walked by with this box, and he was just like, hey, anybody hungry? And he just had all this free food, and he gave me a thing of, I'm gonna go with chicken enchiladas, but I really don't know. And yeah, it was delicious. It was spicy, and it was free, which I love free. I love working, and I love free. So then I didn't go back to my actual seat until closer to like 11:30 or 12, because I knew like I was tired and I could just go and I could pass out.
All right, great. Okay, so we don't need a run by like minute by minute of the entire trip. Why are you in Florida?
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to a podcast convention called Podfest, and I get to speak at this thing.
Well, now, hold on just a second there. What do you mean you're going to speak? You're speaking right now. Why'd you have to go 900 miles onto a train and just to talk? You could just talk wherever you are. That's what you seem to do. Everybody always says, oh, now this talking again. There you go. He's talking some more.
Yeah, I do know that people do say you do talk.
Talk what?
No, I'm sorry. You do talk a lot. I kind of trailed off there a little bit. Yeah. Hey, what's going on with your eye? I notice it's looking a little strange.
Yes, I was. So, I guess earlier this week, I was just kind of sitting there minding my own business, watching television or whatever, and one of my kids came in, and he was just, hey Dad, and then he stopped and he got this terrified look, and then he pointed at me and he goes, what's wrong with your eye? And I thought my eye just kind of hurt. I mean, it's just kind of like pressure. It's like, I'm looking at the computer too much, whatever. And I got up and I looked in the mirror. My left eye was all bright red. So,
why was it all bright red? What happened?
Well, evidently, I burst a blood vessel in my eye, and so I had something. I don't remember the words. It was some super crazy Latin, sounded like a magic spell words, and I didn't know what, so I gave it a couple of days, and I was just like, maybe it'll just go away on its own. You know, I was putting ice packs on my eye, which is weird. It's like a very cold pirate type of situation, and then it wasn't going away. In fact, it was getting worse. So finally, I went to a doctor, and they checked it out, and they were like, "That's some sort of subcutaneous blah blah blah, hemorrhage, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. I'm gonna give you some medicine." But then it was something else too, that other words that I don't know. It's always good when I go to the doctor, because I come home and my wife is like, "What did they say?" And I'm like, "I don't know." Like, I'm in a conversation with the doctor, listening as I should, you know, paying attention, and then the second not even the second I step out of the door, the second they stop talking, I've already forgotten everything that they could possibly have said. So, you know, it's, I have an eye thing, is what I like to call it. So, I don't know.
And you're gonna go to your little show, your podcast show with this blood eye?
Yes, I don't have it. Yes, I don't really have an option. I have drops for my eye, and they're what are other steroids?
Oh, Natty. Now, hold on a second. I don't know if I want to see you going down that road, you know. Steroids are it's not something you should be messing around with, and
No. It's something just to make my eye feel better. It's gonna be okay, I think. I don't know.
Well, wait, hold on. So you just do it in the one eye? Because what happens if your left eye bulks up from all these steroids you're not doing, and your right eye just stays all puny? How's that gonna look? How's that gonna work out for you?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think of that. Maybe I should be doing both eyes? Maybe I should. I don't know. I should probably find out about that.
Well, hold on. So what is your talk? What are you talking about? The podcast, the show. You said you're talking?
Yes, yeah. So I'm talking about improvised podcasts and you know, characters and how to make it all work and all that stuff. And
well, hold on. You're talking about improvised podcasts. Pod. We're all talking weird today. It must be the Florida in us. You're talking about improvised podcasts? This doesn't make no sense. Like, all conversations are improvised for the most part, right?
Well, yeah, but there are podcasts that are scripted and edited and all this stuff.
And what do you mean about characters? What is that supposed to mean? Why? I mean, what are you talking about?
I don't know, you know.
The Bumper Podcast is an oftentimes hilarious weekly romp with Natty Bumpercar and some of his pals. It is family-friendly, clean, and ridiculous. Thanks a bundle for listening. If you love our show and you'd like to help support the podcast, check out our Patreon page at https://www.patreon.com/nattybumpercar. Also, pretty please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Share it with everyone everywhere, post about it on all of the social medias, or leave a rating and review. The Bumper Podcast is produced at headquarters in Coffee Can Alley. It's recorded, mixed, and produced by producer. The Bumper Podcast features contributions from Aloysius J. Pig, Rufus T. Rufus, Doodle Poodle, Robot, Trunks, and a gaggle of other silly rascals. Our head talker is probably Natty Bumpercar. We also have an absurd newsletter. Check it out and subscribe at nattybumpercar.com/subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Natty Bumpercar. Hugs and hearts. See you soon.